I am Sheena Mahoney. I'm one of our jail diversion program co-response supervisors. Typical day, all of our clinicians are embedded directly in police departments, so they'll come in, they'll probably get settled in whatever area of the department they've sort of taken over. They're likely to check in with the dispatchers to let them know that they're available for any calls, and then they'll do typical office stuff, go through emails and reports, and then they'll wait to be needed by the officers who are on the road interacting with the community.
My name is Aramis Velez. I'm a patrolman with the Lowell Police Department. Being a patrolman, you go to various calls, you respond to various calls, and a lot of them now, especially now, have been with mental health crises. So having a clinician come and help us with the mental health crisis is extremely beneficial. We can kind of take a little bit more step back and allow actually a professional to kind of deal with them, but still providing that safety and cover as well. Every call, every situation, every person is unique. You're never going to respond to that same call. So it's good to have the clinician there to help us out through those given situations. Every
day is different because we don't have control in terms of what's going on anywhere, especially here in Lowell. Every day is different. There are days that are definitely mental health heavy. I literally turned on my radio this morning and went straight to a call.
For a clinician in general, it's good to have the trait of being one professional, providing empathy, but also understanding the situation and the dangers of the situation as well. I'm in a designated area, and they need a clinician to respond. We'll just go ahead and go out my area and then head to that call.
You definitely need to be a self-initiator. You have to have a little bit of confidence to stand your own in a room full of officers who maybe don't trust you right off the bat. It definitely is a partnership. I rely on them to know that I can be a resource to them, because if they don't take me on a call, then I can't do my job. I've definitely developed really great relationships with the officers that I've worked alongside so that we can have this partnership and present this united front. It takes a little bit. There's a lot of humor involved. There's a lot of sort of self-deprecating and just sort of sitting in there in the suck with them, but force our way through together, and when they realize that we're an asset, then things work really well.
They do become a huge part of that tight-knit group because they're going to calls with us, they're responding to calls with us. So being able to go through those calls is not easy for just a normal person, but also for her as well. Now it's gotten to the point that we understand their job, and it's become more of a collaborative effort between the two, where we can actually have success.
What was going to be the best outcome, and the officer and I worked really collaboratively to figure out how to manage the situation. I had some limitations, but we both had a gut feeling, and we were able to come to a solution together.
One thing that I've learned that is huge is time. Just allowing the people that are going through a mental health crisis, give them the time to listen, a time to speak. That way that you can communicate with them and just allow them to be heard. People don't understand the time that we have. Like, there's situations that we don't have enough time to act, process things. But most of the time, if we take a step back, we have that time to just talk to people and just allow them to be heard. And I think a lot of people just want to be heard.
It definitely takes an organized person. The best part is that not every day is going to be the same. So if you had a tough day the day before, hopefully the next day isn't bad, but you also have a great support team. Again, working in a team atmosphere and knowing that there are people behind me who are there to support me after I've had a really difficult day. You definitely have to like to work with people, and you have to be a little bit flexible. You really don't know what you're walking into at any given moment. And you kind of have to love the chaos a little bit, but not get taken over by it. It's definitely tough. We're being called out to some people's worst days ever.
I think it's super rewarding allowing us to have her there. It's definitely rewarding when we come to that successful outcome. It's an amazing asset for our department, and I think any department that is looking to put one in.